I've had a rough summer. Don't get me wrong, I think this has been the craziest, busiest and most fun summer of my life. I've made so many new friends and gotten so much closer with the people I already knew, but I've also been kind of sick and I've struggled a lot. I spent the entire summer thinking about how happy I was because I'd never had this many friends before, whilst also somehow feeling the loneliest I've ever felt. I know it's all stupid and irrational, and I'm sorry that all my friends have had to hear about it. I promise I'm really trying not to be sad all the time. I guess that's kind of why I'm making this, to say thank you, in some weird kind of confusing way, for giving me a reason to want to remember this horrible summer. What?
Nothing, you just like this the whole time, and I just sort of just...
Rice? For the vlog.
Tried to turn you away from that light.
Rice. This is the first time in my life where I've ever really felt like an adult, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around the fact that I'm not still 16. It's been difficult to accept the fact that, despite how much I might struggle, I have to look after myself now. My mum isn't in the next room to go to when things get bad. I have to deal with myself getting sicker, whilst also having to go to work to make enough money so I have a place to live. But I feel too sick to work, but I have to go to work. But because I'm pushing myself to go to work, I just keep getting sicker. It's hard to feel like I'll ever be able to balance it all. But I think I'm getting there. I think it would be a lot harder if I didn't know so many great people. I have so many more responsibilities now than I have ever had. I've had to rely completely on myself financially. I've had to make time to maintain the friendships that I care about so much. I've been navigating my first real adult feelings and relationships, which is confusing and hard and sometimes hurtful. Things have sucked and been difficult, but I think it's helping me grow a lot as a person, though I definitely still have a lot of growing left to do. I have done so much this summer. I tend to convince myself that I spent most of my days doing absolutely nothing, but I know that's not true. Sure, I've had my fair share of days where I couldn't even bring myself to get out of bed, but when I really think about it, I've spent more days outside hanging out with other people than days I've spent alone. I need to remind myself of that more. Just because things have been shitty doesn't mean it all has. I've been so ill both mentally and physically. My childhood cat's gone missing. I've got stupid feelings for someone at the wrong time. I've struggled to look after myself. But I've partied more than ever. I've been on holiday with my best friend. I've gone swimming in the sea more times than I can remember. I've made so many new friends. I've explored so much more of the city I live in. I've been to my own surprise birthday party with all my friends there to surprise me. I've grown closer with the people I care about the most. My current house really started to feel like a home.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear James. Happy birthday to you.
I'm currently writing whatever this is on a train home to see my family. I know that things have gotten bad because, despite being 20 years old, my parents have told me that I have to come home. I'm seeing this as the end of my summer, and the start of a time in my life where I'm going to think more about myself. That's one thing I've learned through all this. I lose a lot of myself when I spend all my time trying to be enough for others. I'm trying to teach myself that it's okay to be selfish sometimes. And sometimes that means dropping everything just to travel home for a few days, just because you need to get away from everyone and everything that is normal to you now, even for just a moment. I'm excited to see my friends from home. I'm excited to see my mum. I'm excited to go back to the things I once longed to run away from for so long. But my life is different now. My mum may not be in the next room for me to run to when things get bad, but she can still order me to come home when she knows I need it. I've got so many new people in my life now that I'm able to turn to. They've really helped me realise that this summer. When I really think about it, even though I've been at my absolute worst, maybe it's unfair to say that this has been a horrible summer. I really want to remember it for what it's taught me, and I want to remember it for the people that have made it so great despite all the shit parts. I hope that by next summer I'm able to say that I'm really happy.